Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Stonehearth Alpha 20. We're playing in the normal mode campaign again today. And you may have noticed that I've cleared out a pretty big space in the middle of our little town here. And the reason is I have some building plans here. We talked about it last episode where, we talked about putting some foundation looking material down into the town proper. And I've been kind of working on it just a little tiny bit off camera. And this is kind of what I've come up with so far. I like it so far. We'll have to see kind of how it works. I'm not super enthused about the kind of checkerboard pattern. But what I've been kind of looking around here, and there's just not really another like slab or color type or whatever you want to call it that works well, is what I'll say. But let's go ahead and let's get these two buildings going. And I know I've said it before where we don't want to have more than one building going at a time, but I really want to get it. The goal for this video to back up a second is to get this kind of area situated. So get this whole like foundation area going in. And I believe, okay, maybe not the whole thing, but the majority of it. So this square right here will probably have to wait because somehow I doubt that they'll be able to do all of this in one episode time frame, at least with the normal time frame we usually do here. So let's take a look first and foremost at our workers. So we have 4 assigned to just building as far as I can tell. So hopefully that gets us going in the right direction. Let's take a look at our mason and make sure we don't need any stone. I don't think we will. We still have a fair amount of stone anyways. One thing we definitely do want to do is get our military back down here so you can see because they're all just hanging out up there. So we want them to kind of hang out in this part of the town. Now I know the reason is we have this big field up here because the military, they'll patrol around like basically the food sources. So they'll either patrol right here or they'll patrol right here. And more often than not, they're up here when we need them, in fact, to be down here. So we'll have to think about kind of the layout here and see what we want to do. Do we keep the field up here? Maybe not. Maybe just not for the time being. It would be nice because these are all just like there's nothing growing in here, so there's really no point to even be up there. So it'd be nice if they were situated into a spot that was only growing food. And you may have noticed as well. Are you two stuck? Pause the game immediately. They should be good there. One thing we want to do though is we're just gonna move these for the time being so that hopefully we can get those two unstuck. Jeez. Have to babysit them all the dang time here. I wish they didn't get stuck like that, but they do. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. So our footmen are gonna charge in. Hopefully they don't die immediately, but we all know how that goes. Hopefully our clerics can keep them up. I mean, we have 2 level 6 clerics. We should be beyond the point where we really need anything else, at least going forward. Yeah, so they're starting to get heals there, so they should be okay. And our archers should clean up kind of the rest of it there too. Have we freed them? Now you're over here. Are you... Okay. Now can we move them back without incident? That's the real question here. That's the real question. We'll find out. Can we be done with this? There we are. Finally. Okay. See, that's why we want them down here. Because, you know, when we got that notification, we didn't have them in defense mode. They would have been up here. And then people probably would have gotten killed down here. So you could also notice, I think I did this off camera. The episodes are kind of blurring together. But I think I did this off camera here. So reduced the size of the farm we had down here and just moved all this stuff over here in preparation for this area. We've removed some of the buildings here as well. But we have plenty of places to eat and sleep, so I'm not too concerned about that. With the smaller field and more farmers, we have 5 farmers now. Good lord. But our food score has actually gone way up. So you can see we have 31 citizens in our humble little town right now. Potentially pause the building on one of these? Maybe. We shouldn't run into too many... Oh, those are... I was like, why is everyone just sitting there? Everyone's gonna gather around the fire. That's okay. Maybe we focus on one building at a time. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll let them both go. It seems like they're doing a moderately okay job. We'll speed up time as well, just to try to get it going. Potentially replace these buildings and fill the area in so that it looks a little bit more cohesive. These kind of long houses is what I'll call them. They don't really fit in too much with the rest of the town so far. And I think that if we have everything kind of looking, or at least following the same kind of, the same design pattern, the same kind of palette almost, I think it'll look better overall. So these might leave at some point. I don't know if I want to take these down. These are kind of neat little buildings over here. I especially like this. I wish I could do. I mean, I can, but I wish I had the time rather to really focus on these builds and make them very, creative and customized, and kind of build a theme around those rather than use the in-game stuff. But as I've spoken to before on other videos and episodes and stuff of that nature, I have a limited time frame in which I'm able to record, because I always have to edit, upload, make thumbnails. And I've really been slacking on the thumbnails too recently. As you've probably noticed, the series just kind of uses the same default thumbnail, but I think I want to change that. I think I want to have customized thumbnails for each episode. Maybe not starting on this episode, but at least starting soon, just to kind of, differentiate the videos, make it not look all the samey, I guess, is the best way to put it. I think they'll be able to do these 2 buildings. I hope so. The other things I've been thinking about starting to do as well are kind of introducing, cuts and different editing techniques such as those into the videos. I think they have, I think you can do it well, and I think you can do it poorly. For cuts and edits, stuff of that nature. And with the video software that I use, being Windows Movie Maker, it doesn't really open up a lot of options in terms of, really solid video editing. So it's something we're going to have to look at here going forward in the future. Especially with stuff like if we want to continue the Minecraft series, for example, which I think I'm going to. I do like it as just kind of a talking platform. This works pretty well too, because it's usually at this point us like kind of initiating build orders and then kind of having them work on it. That's the kind of playthrough that this series in particular, not the hard mode, but this series in particular, that's what we usually kind of fall back to, right? So it's like, here's kind of what we want to do, and then like we kind of initiate the buildings and do the stuff in preparation for it. So yeah, I think introducing some edits like that could be beneficial to the series overall. I think we could put more content into each video. But it's really just a matter of, how much time do we have to dedicate to it? And then, when does it feel proper to do it? And when do you just kind of let the game run almost? Because some people really like the building aspect of stuff, where some people just want to see the end result. So it's kind of a give and take, a balancing act there too. But it looks like these buildings are going up rather quickly, so I think we'll be okay there. Some other ideas. Let's open this up. So I think we're gonna fill this in. I think the Valor of Sid that we have created will be a part of this. And I'm kind of considering leaving this mostly open almost, and maybe filling it in with like doodads and crafted materials. So like kind of the fine, you know, the fine stuff that we make, the fine quality stuff that we've made over the course of this playthrough, kind of fill it in with some of that stuff. I think that could be an interesting thing to do. Still not 100% sure what we're gonna do there, but you know, just an idea. Reinforced wooden door, we have 15 of them? When did we decide to do that? We have all the wheat in the entire world. I don't know what we're gonna do with it here. Sell some of these. Our inventory continues to plague us a little bit, but it's definitely in a better state than it once was. Let's take a look. I see these guys out here, and I feel like they're gonna attack me as soon as I open up a menu and start looking at something. But we do have, okay, 20 flour as a constant. We have 15 of these as a constant. I guess then let's just make 4 of those and just get it over with here. So the first building, basically done. They're tearing scaffolding down right now as we speak, and this building should go in not long after that. I did make sure to clear out some hard drive space on the drive we're recording to, just in case the episode does go a little bit longer. That's okay. We've kind of prepared for that going into it here, so no worries there. It's not going to hit like 20 minutes. I'm just going to cut it regardless of the progress. I knew it would happen. Oh, how peculiar. We should really, no, we shouldn't. I was gonna say we should. Are you gonna attack now, please? And thank you. I would very much appreciate it if you did. Okay, there we go. Footman, you're going a little bit too ham right there. There we go. Do we potentially get another knight to soak up some of the aggro? Maybe. Just attack the clerics directly. Just end their lives so we can be done with this. This is why having archers is so important. You just take the clerics down and then everything else just kind of falls into place for you. We're also not getting, I haven't seen a daily update. Let's pause. I just want to take a look here. Max citizens 31, that's probably why. Let's bump it up to 41. Why not? It's an alpha. Part of being in the alpha is kind of testing the limitations of the game. So we're doing Radiant a service here by pushing it. That combat should end momentarily. Indeed it has. And we'll reset their positions back here so that they're kind of at least somewhat centralized, more or less. And you can tell that I've kind of gone back and have started putting some more decorations on stuff as well. And to that, I think let's go ahead and maybe put a couple more up here. Maybe something like that. Could look nice. We'll see. I wish they had different colored like banners and stuff like that. I know that there are mods that exist out there but are potentially not compatible with this version of Stonehearth that allow you to do things such as those. What are you doing right now? I feel like a master farmer should be farming. Just my opinion though. You do whatever you want, clearly. So this building, I feel like we're more or less done with it. Those 2 banners will go up in due time. There we go. Looks like they're coming over right now. And once this building goes up, speed up time immediately. Once this building goes up, we can start working on this area here. And this might take a while, actually. Like, this would be a really good opportunity, actually, for a cut. But we'll stay the course here. So all this going up should be good for the most part. Yeah, we get pretty framey whenever we have to do like the building vision. Pretty framey whenever that happens. But this, oh, looks like it might be time to eat again. That's fine. Why are you thinking about food and not just eating food? We definitely have, right? Yes, we absolutely have food to eat. Okay, well, at least as long as there is food, I'm not too worried about it. I really wish you would continue working on this. There we go. Looks like they're hopefully done resting. Let's make sure we're not out of any resources. 35. No, we're good there. So we're good there. We should have plenty. Oh. Oh ho ho. Do we need wood? No. Maybe. Ooh, okay. Well, let's get all of this taken care of then. Daily update. Okay, we did. Oh, we just barely missed it there. Food score will continue to go up though, so I'm not too concerned about it. I was not aware that we were out of wood. That definitely explains a few things here, doesn't it? We have 2 blocks up here. I think, you know, across all the different roofs in the town, I feel like there's enough wood to finish that job. Maybe stop leaving resources. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say about that. No. We will wait on that. Let them focus on the job at hand. Yeah, we were actually out of wood. Wow. It's been a very long time since we've encountered that issue. And I know that we could certainly just come over here and kind of break down some of these logs, but, you know, I don't want to. Is basically my answer for that. So let's take a look here. Can we get potentially some more? Maybe something along those lines, just to really build this area up. Yeah, that works for me. So now that we have the resources, this building should complete here, at least in a reasonable kind of time frame. Why are curtains just on the ground? Yeah, Hearthlings are messy people. I will tell you that much. Yeah, 2 banners up here. I dig it. Looks good enough. In here we basically have, I don't know if I've shown this or not, but we basically have dining area as well as food storage, herbalist, and cook. You know, workbenches in there. We have one more fine cathedral chair that we can put in here too. So we may as well get that in. And frames, they're gonna happen from time to time. They're just gonna happen. So this is almost done. So I think we want to start on this. Do we not? We do. So we will say finished editing. Oh, we're gonna need so much stone. Oh, but I think it's for the entire, yeah, it's for the entire thing because it's all connected at least. Okay, so that's definitely going to have to wait as it turns out. I was not aware it was going to take that much. So I guess the next step here is to just issue a giant mining command and get that going. Trader brings seeds from a distant land. We already have those though, so we're not too concerned about it. But we'll be good and set up here to get it done relatively soon. I guess we could. How much stone goes into these? I don't think enough. Yeah, it's only 18. That's not going to be enough to really fix that issue, I don't think. But in doing this, so the plan is they should finish that building, and then they should immediately come over here and start on that mine command. And once we get the stone, then we'll be able to kind of complete this area over here. They should be going over there. Daily update. No, we're even further away. How are we looking? That is on the right level, right? Yes, it absolutely is. There's no more work to be done down here, so you should immediately be doing that. And maybe we even switch a couple of these guys over to mining, just so we know we have a workforce going up there to actually do it. There we go. So we're starting to get a couple people up there anyways. Let's go ahead and not issue another working command, because we want them to focus on this. And we're going to get some other, materials out of this as well. But hopefully this gives us enough, or at least gets us close enough to, at least start work on this. And I guess we could just start on it, could we not? We can. It's gonna be a huge work order. So we should have at least one person. Okay, we'll have like 8 people. That's fine too. They can at least get it started for us. We'll have to move this stuff too, actually. So let's get that moved. Let's get this moved. We'll get this moved. Not permanent moves, just for now. Get that moved. Curtains. Pause the game immediately. Do these even fit up here? Sure. Okay, let's take a look. We do have invaders. We'll get our 2 military groups over here. We'll resume the game. They will immediately split up and go their separate ways, apparently. But we should... This should at least give our knight the chance to get in there first. And it'll hold them off, so these other Hearthlings will continue working on this project instead. So we can see that it's starting to go in here. It's going to be a big project. That's all I'm going to say. This combat shouldn't last too long. Alright, one of their clerics is going down. I can't really see any other people, so I'm going to assume it's going to work out fine, which of course it is. Why would it not? And then back to defending that area. Cactus flower seeds. 7 silkweed bundles, yes. We will absolutely do this. Bundle of fiber. I assume that's what they mean. It must be, yes. And just to make sure, I will actually do a harvest command on those. Yeah, this is gonna be a big project, actually. It's weird when you're looking at it in like the build menu, as opposed to when you're like after you issue the command and then it kind of like suddenly dawns on you. You're like, oh, this is actually going to be a very big project. But that's okay. I don't know if we'll get it done this episode, but we'll at least get started on it. So you can kind of see where we're going with it at least. I think it's going to require obviously quite a bit more resources and you know, a little bit more time is really what it boils down to. Yeah, because they have to get through all of this, and then I'm also going to add this portion in there as well. So it's gonna be a big project, man. And we want to still have these connecting. So I just want to lay them down here before I forget, basically. So we'll get that going. We're not going to build them yet. I just want them here so I don't forget about them. A visual reminder, if you will. That's good enough for me. Still didn't get food. That's okay. We're not exactly hurting for any new Hearthlings, so I'm not too bent out of shape about it. What's this right here, you guys? I don't think they know what they're doing. That's okay. We might actually get some progress on here. And I think once we kind of blend it in a little bit more, I think it'll look a little bit better too. You know, when we finish like the kind of the curbs for the road, I guess you could say, and get all of that situated, I think it'll look a little bit better personally. Have I done all of these? I have. Yes. Good. I've somehow failed to do this one. We will add it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, they're doing like the entire project. Oh man. I was hoping we could do it in little segments, but clearly that is not the case. We're going to be doing quite a bit of it. And it looks like they're probably getting close to being out of resources. So they're probably going to be making some trips to the mine and back over and over and over again. But at the very least, it gives you an idea of kind of what we're looking at going forward to try to kind of make this more, make it feel more like a town as opposed to just a bunch of random houses. I think this will add a lot of, you know, detail, character, and, you know, personality, I guess. Could be the word used to describe it. I think it'll add all of those things to the overall build of the town. The more I look at this building, the more I'm coming to resent it. By the way, every once in a while when I'm kind of looking out here, I get a glimpse of it. I'm like, nah, I don't think I like that building where it's at. Or at all in general. 95 of these, get rid of some of them, please. Our inventory is absolutely outrageous. But getting better. That's what's important. Is this part of the build? No, it is not. Okay, perfect. That's good. This will become part of the build. This will become part of the build once we finish these 3 houses. But I think I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think it'll look good overall once it's done and we start adding stuff to it. I think it'll look a little bit plain at first, but as we you know, add more content to it, it'll start taking shape, as it were. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. It does help me out so very, very much. And if you want to see more in the future, go and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until then, we'll see you next episode.